Cross ExAnime, episode 91. We'll
New season, new us. Minus Couple of Cuckoos. I think is the only thing that draws over. Minus technically Comey, but that's we'll finish that next. We'll finish technically everything up next week.
and then we'll have Cuckoos for a
Did
little while.
Did Comey have 2 delays, or was just 1 delay? Right.
It was a delayed start because it was airing in Japan for like 2 weeks before us.
Oh, that's right. Because technically it was already done, but Netflix is just a fucking cuck, and I don't get that. We should just front the money for a VPN just to like start it when it starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I already pay for High Dive now, which is why we're watching. Oh, we didn't even talk. Did we list? No, we didn't list anything last time of what we're watching.
No.
So do you have the whole list up? Make it sound interesting,
Yes,
Justus.
I do. Oh no, sorry. Let me use a different voice. Everything that we're gonna be watching this season, our A list is gonna be, and what we'll be talking about today is Overlord season 4, Classroom of the Elite season 2, Rent-A-Girlfriend season 2, a new one called Engauge Kiss, and we'll be talking about Cuckoos today and on our C list. But for next week, it's going to be Made in Abyss, which will only be me.
Season 2.
Yes, season 2.
Mel in Gold, which is its own thing. Call of the Night, which is that manga we were going to do a review for, and I just never got around to it. Then Licorice Recoil. So it's like A-list is like the rom-com kind of thing. Well, kind of, because we also have more in the C list on there. So the C list is The Devil's a Part-Timer season 2. Finally,
the rom-com list. Overlord
season
season 4.
Hey, it's a rom-com. El Baldo.
That wouldn't.
So the C list is The Devil's a Part-Timer, A Couple of Cuckoos. So we're watching 2 episodes of Cuckoos, and then that next week, that C list week, then we'll talk about like 4 of them on there. Smile of Arstenotia, the animation. Arstenotia, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. And then my stepmom's daughter is my ex. So Justus told me I couldn't watch the harem one, but he's gonna watch another degenerate show. So that's kind of unfair.
No.
You're watching your own time. Now he's forcing me to watch my stepmom's daughter is my ex.
No,
that is 100% unfair.
Yeah, whatever.
You gave me Engauge Kiss. You didn't give me Engauge Kiss. That was already pre-agreed on.
No,
that
it was gonna be I was like, you could have Parallel World Pharmacy that I would watch if we had my stepdaughter or stepmom's daughter.
I didn't even pick that on there because we already had other stuff picked.
Yeah, I
totally got gypped on this deal here.
I don't even know anything about the Smile of Astronia, the animation. That wasn't.
I totally got gypped on one of my episodes here.
Yeah, that was an entirely you thing. I made you reading that.
It's hot on the charts. It's like an 8.3.
You reading that was the first time where I was like, oh, that's on the list. So
no, we literally discussed it because besides that on there, Ed's down there. So we're talking about A Couple of Cuckoos. Not much happened in 2 episodes. Like, honestly, nothing really happened in 2 episodes besides our boy, what was his name? Nagi went on a date with Hiro, the other smart girl in the class.
Yes.
Literally, they reused the same scene like 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
Or technically 3. It was 3 times on there. So roller coaster. Then it was like basically what we call our sky shot. It's that thing that goes like real fast up in the air.
And then like the teacups.
No, and then they also went on the swing thing, the chair swing.
Yeah, well, they did the teacups
and the chairs.
Really
yeah.
So yeah, that
was like the extent of that episode on there. It's like, brother's going on like a date with this girl, and then his sister was like,
well, hold on, real quick, because they go into a theme house thing. Look, I've never seen a theme house look that good. If they do exist,
it's augmented on there.
Yeah, I was like,
so good that it's like, what's going on in this room?
Right?
That was pretty fucking. That was kind of weird. It kind of took you out of the show because it's like, well, this isn't realistic at all. I know it's not supposed to be realistic, but it's like you could at least make it more realistic than it actually was on there.
It was. I think that entire thing was entirely to make Hiro look hot. Because she had like a nice outfit.
Dude, the first thing they did was, oh my God, Hiro shut up. Look at her outfit. They literally just looked at her ass and her chest.
Yeah.
That was the extent. It wasn't like full outfit. It's like chest, boing. And even when they're on their rides, it's like, where'd all the animation budget go? Titties. It's like, come on. Like, be a little more respectable on there. I mean, I know you're not respectable, but have some sort of respect.
Yeah, it's exactly what you expect from this show, though.
Yeah, but I expect a little bit better from the show. I didn't see that much animation the rest of the show on there. I mean, they did put a lot of animation into them fishing, though.
Mm-hmm. That was actually a really nice scene, just because you get to see some of the dad like actually giving kind of nice advice, because he just seems like the fool most of the time, where it's like, oh, Dad, I hate fishing, and it's like, yeah, but like it got your mind off of stuff, didn't it? It's like, yeah, let's go again.
Let's go again. She did. We forgot to talk. We're talking about something else this week. Shikimori.
Yes.
We completely. I'm just like, ugh. No, sorry. We'll keep talking about a couple of cuckoos on there because we should have been also talking about Shikimori on there.
Yeah.
I love that whole fishing trip of, Nagi the whole time has been seasick. Like he does not like the ocean. His dad's been drinking. He's like, but didn't get your mind off things. That was it's kind of a nice touch. Then nothing really happened that next episode. I mean,
was that the episode where the lights went out in the house?
The lights went out in the house?
Yeah, like during a thunderstorm. That's how the episode starts. I'm fairly certain that's how.
Maybe. I know the episode mainly revolved around like Nagi going and doing stuff with Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Where they kind of did some shopping stuff. And then there was also a point where Nagi went shopping with Sachi, and everyone in the mall was like, wow, she's really cute. She's really beautiful. And it's like, oh, this is why I don't go shopping with my sister anymore, because everyone's just trying to hit on her. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's her boyfriend. Maybe it's her brother. And I was like, yo, maybe it's both. Maybe it could be both on there. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not saying there's an Alabama. And I wonder what Japan's equivalent to Alabama is.
No idea.
Shinjuku?
No, definitely not. Like,
well, it's like the real, like, not ghetto, but the real, like, hillbilly part of, like, I don't know, someplace like Hokkaido. Mm-hmm. I don't know, old, like, no one cares about. You do see Erica's dad, which is technically Nagi's dad.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's
meet with Sachi. Mm-hmm. About like, hey, how is the relationship going? And it's a whole thing where like Erica and Nagi are hanging out doing stuff together. Mm-hmm. She's like, they're two total opposites, but that's what brings them closer together.
Yeah, that episode at the very end drops a very weird bombshell that they haven't touched since.
What?
At the very end, one of the last shots is the dad, the rich dad of Eric. It gets confusing. Erica's dad. He's holding a fucking picture that has young Nagi and Erica
together.
And it's like, what is that? I've seen 2 more episodes. They haven't touched it. I'll just let you know.
Maybe it's a thing where they knew when they were toddlers, but they decided, let's just let them grow up together.
Maybe, but the fact that neither of them remember each other is like.
But the thing is, they hung out. I mean, to be fair, there's the whole like quintessential tablet. I remember this one scene that I gave this gal this one flower, and he's gonna pick Miku.
Well, in this case, when it comes to the Quint stuff, he at least remembered that he ran into one of them. They just are 5 of them that look exactly the same.
You think Nagi's got time to think about Puss when he's in the books?
No, but you would assume that
he would. Book OC. Should that be the name of the episode? Nagi wants a book OC.
I am definitely not doing that. But
what if I paid you $1?
No.
Or $2?
No.
A season 2 of Rent a Girlfriend. Or season 2 of Domestic Girlfriend. What if I fronted that money to make a season 2 with Chef Boy?
No.
I don't even know if he's in season, or if he would be in season 2. No, it's just kind of weird because they kind of listen, there was also that point when Sachi's like, wow, this is kind of expensive. He's like, oh, whatever. And then it's like, yo, the boss is bringing this teenage girl. It's like, okay, it was pretty obvious that he owned this place. It's some like Bruce Wayne Batman shit. Like no one else is up here. Mm-hmm. Let's have dinner.
Yeah, I am kind of sad you didn't get to watch the final episode because we were initially going to only talk about 3. Yeah, there's something in that episode which was like, oh, did you get the part where like the power went out?
In a busy couple of days.
Yeah, and it happens. Thankfully, I've had just a little bit more downtime, but I can't wait till we talk about this again next time, because I kind of hinted at it when I was watching it, where it's like, I hate that you're like gonna do the I was right thing. We'll get there though.
Yo, they fuck each other.
No.
Yo, what? That I was right. That Nagi's gonna fuck Sachi.
No.
Yo, what if Nagi fucks Sachi while Hiro watches?
But what about Erica?
Erica's, I don't know, doing something.
Episode 11 and 12 have two things where you're like, hands up, like I can't win in this situation. So that's gonna be real great. I can't wait to do that.
I was gonna say their love is unbroken, unlike Izumi and Shikimori. Dude, that was so okay. Listen, I saw a picture from the manga of this, right? Of Izumi's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Akisada and his mother, Motoko?
Mm-hmm.
Motoko? Listen, his dad was a looker back in the day. I think he just seems older than he is because they're, from what I was seeing in the manga panel, they're the same age. He just aged a lot faster, and he's like some Tokyo Revengers looking motherfucker. He was I think his dad is technically like a Taekwondo champion, and his mother was kind of like a ruffian, kind of like gangster kind of gal. I don't know. It was just a panel from the manga that had come out recently. There's a couple things that happened in Shikimori. Sorry, we're talking about Shikimori now. We're not going to talk about the ending quite yet. We're going to talk about the Shikimori going to the mall with her brother, having the nice little, brother-sister thing. Like, listen, I'm going to quit karate. You do whatever you want, but I want to do what you're doing, brother. Fuck you, bitch. Do what you want. I want to fall in love with a prince. It's like, that's all you could think of. You're going to national karate, and your dream is to fall in love with a boy. It's like, okay.
Look, I'm a point it out real quick because you see the young stuff. Her mom's a babe too.
You just want a woman that can kick your ass.
Are you going to deny that mom's not a babe as well?
Yo. Give me Izumi's mom. Hands down, the better of the two. You gotta pick Shikimori's mom or Izumi's mom. Pick
Shikimori.
Wow.
Hands down.
Izumi's mom, hands down.
Ponytail. Got something to hang on to.
Izumi's mom had a ponytail too. In like 2 episodes. Cool. Oh my god, on there. Justus just wants a woman that looks at her like the gal from Chainsaw Man. Like, give you the fucking death stare on there. Like, I'm gonna
look, I just want a woman to look at me like she's disappointed in me.
That could be any woman of your dreams.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Anime Iowa. There's plenty of opportunities.
Yeah, but I don't know that they're just like truly disappointed in me, and that's the problem.
Well, you can definitely see where Shikimori got her like resting bitch face on there. Mm-hmm. The cool thing, her brother is getting hit on in the mall at one point. It's like, you're kind of cute, and I'm like, huh. Her brother's only like a few years older than her, so I mean, technically he's above that. Technically, I mean, he is above the age of 14, but it's like, man, these cougars are hot. I'm like, you're such a cutie on there. And Shikimori comes over, grabs her brother. It's like, oh, must be his girlfriend. It's like, no, they're brother and sister. Unless. I'm not saying that we're going to get a couple of cuckoos, but I'm just saying.
I mean, could.
Also, Izumi still has the worst luck. Speaking of lights out, I mean, they go to this amusement park. I don't know if you want to explain something because I've explained a lot of the mall. The mall was a very good, like, brother-sister, like, reminisce moment to see how well they work together.
Shikimori is 16, by the way, and I think
she's 17. She said in it, brother, I'm 17 now.
Oh, wait, at the start she was 16. I think there was that like birthday episode or some shit. But maybe. I was just looked it up. That said 16.
She said she was 12.
But I think the brother is like 19, so he's like an adult, kind of
ish. You can drive a car, which is kind of like that's kind of a weird like.
Weird flex.
Oh no, I forgot the most adorable thing though of the mall episode was like, I gotta use the restroom real quick. Gets her the lipstick that she was looking at. I was like, fuck yeah, homeboy over there. Like,
yeah. For Izumi and Shikimori, the date that they go on, they decide to go to a theme park.
We'll go to Disney World.
Basically,
it's basically Disney World. Yeah. That is what it is.
There was definitely that moment where they like walk up to a line and it's like, oh, it's gonna be 90 minutes. It's like, God, I don't think I'd ever want to go to a theme park if I had to wait an hour and a half to do it.
I went to Disney World.
Was it 90-minute like waits? Fuck that.
So hang on. So can I explain something real quick about music? This is for band trip, first of all, which is very nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was only like I've been out of state like 3 times, right? Twice were for band trips. So also very expensive for a trip. Like thinking about it now, like how much my parents paid for that, I was like, man, there's a reason why my mother was like working long hours. She's like, let's go on this trip. Thanks, Mom.
Calm down your privileges.
So, yeah.
My dad couldn't even show up to track and field days because he was working.
Yes, my mother working to support 5 people on a teacher salary. Privilege. Sorry, no, it got real awkward there for no, but so we went to Disney World, right? And you know, like Disney World has like fast pass shit.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know how it works. It was explained to me once. They're like, yeah, press a button, get your ticket. It's shorter. I'm like, what does this mean? It's like, come back at this time. I was like, okay. Even with fast pass, it's like, yeah, 60-minute wait. Without fast pass, 3 hour. I'm like, people wait in these lines? Like by the time you ride like let's say you don't do fast pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the time you do like 4 rides, that's 12 hours. You've done your whole day on there. Like that's definitely a thing where dad waits in one line, mom goes in another that's shorter. The kids go with whichever one's faster than to come there. And
well, depending on how fast pass works, if it's like, hey, be here at this time to be on the ride. Yeah, you do
one and you come back to there.
Yeah, it's like
I think we waited about 45 minutes for each, but even then I was like 45 minutes per ride. Like every hour you go on a one ride.
Mm-hmm. I think the max I've ever waited is like 25 minutes at Adventureland.
Yeah. That's like on the big roller coasters. It still just feels like a waste. You know what I mean? It feels like a waste of time.
Yes.
Go to like an amusement park in the middle of the day on a weekday. That is like the best time to go. Now, granted, they're in high school. So,
yeah.
They don't have that much free time.
Yeah, but it was Izumi's idea. It had been a while.
It was his master plan.
Yeah, he shows Shikimori a video of like couples holding hand. It literally
was a promo
kiss
video.
At the end. Yeah, and there's a kiss at the end. She's fixated on the kiss.
He's like, we don't have to if you don't want. She's like, no, we're going.
Yeah. At one point there is a little bit of confusion because she's like, I want to do that thing in the video. She wants to kiss him, and he's like, yeah,
no,
we can hold hands.
No, hang on. There was definitely a setup to this because their reservation at the shop they were going to eat food at, they booked someone else to it. They got into the fancy, like, luxury, like, everyone's wearing a suit and tie. They have the whole thing of, I'm not dressed good. Shikimori's like, look in my eyes. I see you. And then Izumi's like, I want to see you in my eyes. It's like,
so cringe.
Fuck you.
It was
adorable.
It
was adorable. Listen, they're high schoolers. It's adorable things for high schoolers to say.
No, high schoolers should be blowing each other behind the bleachers. That's high school.
This is Japanese high school. They don't have sex.
Yeah.
They don't even have sex as adults. Listen, DG, step it up.
But yeah,
But they're in this romantic. They built up this romantic thing, and she wants to try the kiss. And Izumi's an idiot, and he's like, "Oh, let me escort you. Want to hold hands like the kids, or like the old people, or like."
Yeah. One of the things, because you brought up the expensive restaurant, do they have to just now pay more for the food?
No,
or
they just got it for free. I think it was just a free.
Okay, because that would be one of those like, yeah, we upgraded you. By the way, here's your bill, and you're like, I can't afford that. Thanks for bringing me
like the
here,
part
though.
of like, what would you like to drink? Everyone's got Chardonnay. Yeah. I'll have an orange juice. I'll have a ginger ale. It's like,
yeah, it's pretty good though. It's like the duality of fancy people and kids in an area. It's pretty good.
I mean, it was kind of adorable.
Some would take
Justus just sees like it's that comic. He sees a couple in public. He's like, cringe.
I mean, it depends.
You say no. No, it was adorable.
But they
what did they get on them?
It's kind of like a gondola.
No, it was a gondola. It was a gondola. Yeah, I was about to say Megalodon. I'm like, that's definitely not the thing. It is. That's a giant shark. But they get on. They rent a gondola, and I imagine it's an automated track gondola because like at one point they're on the gondola having a cutesy kind of moment, like, you know, Shikimori, I'm gonna be with you forever. I love you, Daisuke Shikimura. And I'm like, fucking said it. He said, I love you. He's leaning in, kisses her on the cheek. Power's out when this all happens. They got their phones. Power comes back on. She's like in his lap. He's holding her. She's like, I don't want to wake up from this dream, which is a whole thing. Like, I want to dream that I could be with you forever, blah, blah, blah. That was over the lag. Go tap that, boy.
I mean, the lights were off. You could have done whatever with the lights off.
That's true. Also, the whole part going out with power, it's like, we're experiencing power outage. It's like, man, they really fixed that power outage really fucking quick.
It's just a breaker. Just a very
just
big
one
breaker.
big, like, fucking break. Like, let me pull this. Stepped on the ground, popping my new, like, fucking switch.
Yeah.
It was a good end
it was I liked after, where they're both super embarrassed about it.
Yo, what happened?
Huh?
No, I mean, like, when...
I mean, the next day...
what was it? Shu was asking Zumi what happened, and Zumi's, like, folding himself up. Like, I can't believe I was so assertive right there. And it's like, yo, my boy...
Mm-hmm. And then you have Neko, Zaki, and Hachimitsu being
know which one Justice likes more.
What?
Hachimitsu. Said her name without even having to really look.
Yeah, and she's...
Well, I mean, they were trying to...
She also has way more of a distinct design.
They're interrogating, like... I don't know. Nekozaki's got a pretty interesting character design. She's got like that like lesbian haircut kind of look.
Yeah, well, Hachimitsu, striking blonde with the like golden eyes compared to a bit more average with the...
Fucking Watson fanboy.
Whatever. But
so what happened with you and she?
Yeah, you're acting different today.
Oh, nothing happened.
Of course, that's like they finally get to it, and it's like, oh, did they kiss? And she's like, kissed on the cheek, and it's like, all right, we're done here. It's like,
he's totally gonna kind of. Well, I mean, the thing is, he was gonna kiss her on the lips, and the power came back on.
Oh yeah.
Hey, maybe there'll be a season 2. I liked it a lot. I liked it enough.
If there was a season 2, would you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if I would.
I'm going to say, well, because just over here, fucking cringe.
Look, to me, the show was fine. Even the overall consensus, like...
So when Lelouch kisses his sister on the forehead before he's about, get slaughtered, maybe, you're like, cringe.
No. The entire context of both of those, like, are very different. And the build-up is entirely like
it's just two people loving each other. They're both high schoolers. What's different?
How do you know Nanali's a high schooler?
I've seen your manga.
I didn't know that until I bought it. Look, we won't talk about it.
We have talked about it.
We won't talk about it again. But yeah,
I would watch it. I think Shikimori.
Yeah, you'd watch it so much you got the name wrong.
Yeah, Shikimori. Yeah, it wasn't.
So good.
Listen. Well, first of all, you forgot that I'm retarded.
Well, yes.
That's the big thing. Wow. Now I'm going to back, man. Look at its popularity, though. It's ranked pretty high, pretty good.
Yeah, look at its score, though.
It's almost a 7.
It couldn't even break the 7.
Oh, okay, because it can't break the 7. It means it's not good. Look at fucking... Rented Girlfriend, you're all about, it's the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread.
No, I've never said that.
Just as like, you need to watch this first. Do you deny saying that? Do you deny saying that?
I said watch.
You said watch at first before Overlord. And,
no, I said watch.
Overlord's kind of 8.32.
No, I said watch Overlord, and then, because you were already watching it, and I was like.
Listen, Shikimori is good. It deserves a 7 out of 10. It's good enough for season 2. Kill it after season 2, though. Because there's not much more you can do. I'd rather honestly, I'd rather probably watch this over a Heron-san.
Really?
Listen, some of the tropes got old very quick of like, yo, wait a minute. She's gardening? Maybe she's part of ISIS. Like, okay, dude, like, chill the fuck out. You got it right once.
Yeah, I mean, look, both of these have pretty strong tropes that keep, like, reoccurring. So...
Your mom's a trope.
I mean, are you going to argue that Izumi's, like, entire shtick of basically just having very shit luck? Like, we didn't even talk about the fact that, like...
But they incorporated it good.
The first time that they met.
So if there was a second season of Shikimori, you wouldn't watch it?
Probably not.
Cringe. You know what else isn't cringe, though? Overlord.
Kind of cringe. Come on now. It's Overlord.
Okay, listen, there's that one scene where Bello and Bella... Listen, first of all,
let's be honest, most anime is cringe.
Yeah.
We watch it anyways.
Listen, so Bello and Bella, I forgot when they first showed up on screen. I was like, there's something weird about them. I can't remember what it is. And I was like, oh, wait, they're cross-dressers.
Yeah.
And then there was a scene where it's like, oh, boys should wear girls' clothes, and all girls should wear boys' clothes. And then Ainz is like, maybe not. Like, let's table that for now. Sit there.
And of course, how do you pronounce it? Because I say albedo or
albedo.
Yeah, but she's down for it too, and he's like, "All right, you guys need to like calm down."
No. The whole thought wasn't the episode even like not starts, but it's like, yo, let me sit on that lap. Sits on lap. Albedo's like, why can't I sit on that bony lap? He's like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
That a whole conversation of they were kids, you were an adult. Then I think it's Bella.
Still sits on the lap anyway.
Yeah, Bella gets off. Bello, because that's the boy that's dressed as a girl, gets off. Then she gets on, and then they all have the argument of like, why are you on his lap? Well, technically, Bella got on your lap first, so I should get more time. It's like, settle down, you horny bitch. Like, she is a succubus, yes, but it's like, settle down, you horny son of a bitch. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well,
like, it's only so much you can like.
Look, Ainz doesn't help himself because when she sits down, he like goes, and she notices that she's been sniffed, and it's like, totally you could sniff me for like the next 2 days or some crazy shit like that. And he's like, I won't even do that for an hour. Just calm down.
God, just don't like that. They just went because like you even said they don't even like do the whole summary. They did do a good job though of summarizing the characters by introducing them in their own kind of way, which they didn't really like throw at you. Because even like Evil Eye and the princess, I completely forgot the princess is a super fucked up person.
Yeah.
Until you see her again, and it's like, oh wait, she's really fucked up, isn't she?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, she does some like fucked up shit with like slaves and stuff. But yet her knight's like, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
This man does no shit.
This man wants the fucking pussy. The princessy.
Why?
Listen.
I think she has a. You don't even have to change the name.
She wants that princess. Listen, man, I'm trying over here. I'm trying real hard right now. Also, Pandora. Listen, can we talk about Pandora's actor, the German?
Oh, he's like, don't do like any German.
It's like okay, goodbye, Ainz. Whoa, don't do the salute. Don't speak German anymore. It's like, hold the phone. I mean, the man is
it's been established
after the SSI,
Yeah.
It's like, you're my son. Don't tell anybody. Then the maid's over there fucking crying her eyes out. And he's like, just don't tell anybody because I want everyone to think I'm treating you different here. Don't do the Nazi salute. Don't speak German. You're my son.
I want to see you grow. I want to see you eventually surpass me.
It's like, what is this dude fucking setting up? So I still love the like duality of Ainz of like, yo, here's all the plans approved. I don't know what I'm doing. Just fucking stamp this shit. Like, then he ponders at one, like, let me act like I know what I'm doing here. What seems to be wrong? I trust you. Click.
Well, I mean, he does have enough kind of intuition to realize that this one is different. And, I mean, he finds out later.
This is about the only time they hinted that it's still an isekai of, like, what does the salaryman know about this? And then they just kind of, to remind you that it's still technically an isekai.
Well, I mean, there's been a couple of those because his entire goal is to basically create a kingdom that if his other friends are still alive or out there or whatever,
it's his,
kind of beacon for them to be like, there he is.
I do like his whole idea of like, yo, we need public education. We need clean drinking water. Let's make people happy. Even the whole thing at the Adventurers Guild is like, the whole point of an Adventurers Guild is to adventure. It's like, that's kind of a cool thing you're doing there, buddy.
I do worry in his case, he's like pushing too hard, which it will probably like come out to bite him. When you're like, I'm aiming for a utopia. You never get a utopia. And it's like, in his case,
I don't know with Pandora's actor.
Yeah, well, it depends. They're about to build a big museum.
They call it the Reichstag. I had to be fair, that was the thing before. But
but the like, oh, I want to build a utopia, and it's like I want the Adventurers Guild to kind of to adventure, but even to a certain degree, be a little bit of like diplomatic. Where it's like pushing the norms too far in one direction is probably going to bite him.
Yeah, but to be fair, he can just murder everybody whenever he wants on there.
Yes, he can do that. Even at one point, when the princess is there in the carriage and you have Evil Eye and that one other chick, I forget her name, where it's like, how do you pronounce it? It's like Momanga. It's like he could take out Ainz. Too bad they're like working together, and it's like they're the same
There's
fucking
a person on there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was kind. I mean, it's kind of funny because the first 2 episodes really just set up everything. Because oh no, we forgot to mention that Albedo did show up to a like ball/conference thing to like strengthen relations, and like this random nobody like Philip, he's like a very low lord.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm hosting this. And I thought like the woman that was there that's like trying to gain favor with the locals, I didn't know she was with Ainz on there. Because I stopped reading at the end of season 3. Like I was actually caught up all the way to season 3 ended when I read the manga. So I haven't read anything for season 4 because I don't want anything spoiled. But it turns out she's working with Ainz. It's like, maybe I'll go around courting Albedo. And I was like, oh, she's just jealous because she threw the party and she wants his dick. And it's like, oh, no, she works with him because even Albedo's like scrubbing it off. She's like, I can't believe you would touch me.
The fear in that woman's face is so high.
Yeah, it's like, oh, she's going to kill me, then this dude, and then everyone in this fucking room.
Yeah, and that does seem like the goal anyways, because they literally refer to all of those individuals in there as like sheep to slaughter.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, what's the goal here? Because I thought it was diplomatic strength stuff, and now they're focusing just maybe a little bit more.
Sorry, I had to adjust it a little bit on there.
Yeah.
I feel like Ainz is trying to sway, because he even mentions like, the others won't understand if I tell them this plan right away, so let's ease it in. Because he doesn't want it affecting their plans, that he doesn't even know what's going on, but they think he knows what's going on because he's all knowing. I feel like there's Demiurge, or Demiurge, I don't know. Demiurge, whatever his name is. I feel like he kind of knows what's going on with Ainz, but isn't sure because he'll just be killed right away.
Yeah, we haven't seen him or Sheltier in the first 2 episodes.
So. No, you saw her like in the background and passing kind of. Yeah. The thing is, Sheltier is the strongest out of all of them, fighting-wise and kind of knowledge-wise. So, I mean, he beat her in season 1. So, there's no one else can really beat him. The thing is, Evil Eye is still trying, because I think Evil Eye is also an undead, but she's not like a skeleton. She took her mask off, I think in season 3 it was. But right now, what's his name? The sword guy?
Oh, yeah.
The blue hair dude? Whatever his name is. So he's trying to raise troops to be able to fight Ainz like with skill. So hopefully, I think this season's going to be a big setup to a big fight. And then the next season is when stuff's going to take off. Because how long has it been since Overlord season 3 ended? It's like 5 years. I think this one they're doing it right. So maybe not next year, but the year after
also,
they'll do
they
it.
haven't announced how many episodes this is. So if we have 24 episodes,
then a lot could happen.
Rejoice.
They have more than enough to do 24. So I think 24 episodes would almost catch up with the manga.
Yeah. But if it is 24 episodes, the fall season is insane. Because at that point you have Spy Family, Bleach, My Hero continuously, Overlord continuing, like a bunch
then
of
One Piece goes into its final arc.
Yeah, a bunch of heavy hitters at one time. Ugh,
the thing is, we've seen some good fights this season. I guess we'll kind of move on because we need to be elite about our products. Classing elite, whatever. I needed a quick transition.
Yeah, well, I had one like a minute ago, but
you're gonna do a transition for once? What's your transition?
Well, I mean, like speaking of easing things into it, unfortunately, these fuckers don't do it. Classroom of the Elite, because hey, you're immediately back on the ship and you're like, oh yeah, they were like on the island almost trying to kill each other. And hey, now here's a bunch of rules for a new game.
Now play.
Yeah. Because you were like,
I got to point out, there was a scene where both of us like, oh wow, there's an ass in the shot. Nice. And it's the dude that works out. And it's like, ugh.
Well, no.
Still nice.
Yeah, we had an ass shot.
Literally, there was a couch and there's just an ass in the background. It's like, why is there just an ass there? And it's like, oh, wait, it's the dude that always is just. Yeah.
Well, the thing was, I was like, oh, we have ass crack because Kai, the blonde-haired chick, was in the shower and you can see a little bit of her ass. Yeah. And literally the next episode starts and it's fucking the ripped dude's ass. And it's like.
That dude, that dude is too
pound
ripped.
for pound.
That dude is too ripped for being a high schooler. Yeah. Like, that dude is overly like. This dude takes steroids and eats whey protein or just snorts it at this point because it's like, how. So we should specify. Not too much happens besides whatever that blonde girl, Kay. She gets bullied by some other girls, and it's almost obvious that Kyo is like recording it. There's no way he's not recording it because there's got to be a way he's recording it, watching them bully her to try and figure out who because I'm guessing he's used as blackmail to figure out like, listen, this will get you expelled, or you could lose all your points and tell me if you're the VIP or not.
Yeah,
because it's the game where all the classes are sorted into 8 groups, right?
Yes,
one for each planet. Yeah. So they did confirm Pluto's not a fucking planet. Just saying, an elite height. Just saying, Pluto's not a planet.
They're fucking losers.
But it's 8 groups. And each group has 3 from class A, 3 from class B, 4 from C, 4 from D.
Yeah, something like that.
And they were talking about like, what does class A have to gain from this? Everyone will just stay level. It's like, well, no, class C and D could move up because there's 1 extra person in each group.
Yeah, because there's the opportunity to both win the money, like the class.
There's points. There's the personal points and there's class points. Because the most you could earn, right, is what the VIP gets $1 million.
Yeah.
And then everyone else gets 500,000, and the class gets 50 points.
Yeah.
But then that's scenario A.
And there's like 4 scenarios.
But everyone has to guess that they're the VIP. Like everyone has to be correct. Now, if the majority guess is correct, and then everyone gets 500,000 that gets correct, VIP just gets 500,000 plus $1 million.
Yes.
And the class gets 50 points.
But there is a counter to that because in this case, there are 8 VIPs. They don't specifically
there's a VIP per
group,
and each group is named after a planet.
Yeah, and like some of the current like stipulations within those rules of like if Class A has the VIP, Class A can't vote for who the VIP is because it won't count. Like they don't get points because they already know because they'll be told. So there's like certain advantage stuff that the rest of the class.
I thought they weren't told.
Huh? But if the classmates were the first ones to guess, they don't get points because they have the unfair advantage of being in the same class as the individual.
So they can tell. No one was actually told who the VIP is. Only the VIP is told.
Yes. Yeah. But there are like extra stipulations of like if the entire class gets it, then that shows that everyone was in on it. But there's also like if one person guesses and they're wrong, the entire like planet group is just done. And it's like, oh.
No, if someone could still guess wrong.
No, because that's you could either guess right or wrong, but no matter what, it just ends. And they won't tell you until the very end. And there's like 4 or 5 times.
So far in the show, because we only had 2 episodes.
Because that's what the Rip Dude did with his class.
We had 2 episodes of Overlord. I think we had 2 episodes of everything, right?
Yes.
Of the A-list. So this is only 2 episodes. And in episode 2, you find out Group Saturn. So 1 out of the 7 is done. But Rip Dude's class, did he get it right?
It doesn't say.
We don't know to then.
Yeah.
So everyone just guessed on one. Yeah. This is we'll use our free time for whatever.
Yeah, because specifically one of the things is they won't disclose who the VIP is no matter what. So you basically, in his case, it's like, hey, we think it's this. He's like, fine, whatever. And then just guesses. He's the only one that knows based on the guess for that group. So if he's right, he knows who the VIP is.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty strong tactic, but we're stupid risky.
Yeah.
But he's a musclehead, so he's totally down to do it.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is it's kind of hard because I'm a slow reader trying to read those rules because she said that fast. She said it fast because the visuals help. I'm like trying to read. I'm like, I'll just read it, rewatch the visual. I'm like, okay, there we go. But it's kind of cool because it's like, how do you know? And then obviously I think our group's already wasted, I think, 3 of the 4 days.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be a day.
I think they've wasted like 4. I think it's 5 total because they've done 4.
No, I think it's 7 days because you're supposed to have a day of guessing, a day off, a day of guessing, a day off. Like if you want to guess, like discussion. So every other day you're doing something. And I mean, our boy somehow will find this weird, like, well, if you look at blah, 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 did blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because
I want the thinking ideas of like Death Note. I want to like think.
Yeah, because of course we have Ryuin, the jackass, like almost kind of like mob boss.
Also, his friend that protects him.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that dude so big? Dude's like fucking 6'6", like fucking muscly
There's
as
a
shit. It's like,
specific
yo, what the fuck
scene
is going
where
on?
they're talking, where it's Anya Koji, Horikata, and
Suzune.
no,
Kayotaka.
it's Ryu, and it's just those three, and then the big muscly dudes in the background. I couldn't help but chuckle because he goes behind the bar and then hands a ginger ale. Though you see the hard liquor in the corner.
Dude, that's what I said. There's just hard liquor on the boat. There's no adults watching. You could just get straight into it. Like I was like, oh, maybe the bar you can't get behind it, or there's someone there. Dude just walks behind and starts grabbing shit. I'm like, there's a Crown Royal bottle right there with stuff in it.
Yeah, I just couldn't help but laugh because they're like being super serious. They all look like adults, and then he gets handed like no, it wasn't even a ginger ale. It was sparkling water.
It was basically Purell.
Yeah.
Or
it's that like green,
it's
like
green,
sparkling
like,
water.
It's something
brand.
It's like.
Oh yeah, it was just one of those like that's hilarious, and he's already starting to get the idea. Is if at some point you can identify who one of the VIPs are, there has to be a connecting trait to the rest of the VIPs.
It's Pellegrino.
Okay.
Sorry, I was like, it was a straight up just like, but it was listed something different.
Mm-hmm. But with a lot of these, there are connections to stuff because it's meant to show just how smart you are. So if they can figure out who one of the VIPs are, you can try to make a connection and know every single VIP, which puts him way in the lead of like having an advantage of like playing cards for any group for their team. So, or for their class.
Also, Ryuen took everyone's phone in this class so no one could guess.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Also, I love in that scene when he hands him that water. Next scene is the teacher's getting fucking wasted in the bar. It's like, so there are bartenders there. Mm-hmm. Just no one's manning the bar over there. Like, you're just going to let kids be over there just fucking get...
I mean, look, the adults are drinking responsibly. Or at least two of them.
Well, yeah.
The one in the middle is
I'll say two of them are responsible. The last one's like, you might get expelled if you keep saying shit like that. What happened to your boyfriend? What happened to your girlfriend? Broke up after 2 weeks. You didn't have a boyfriend if you were dating for 2 weeks. That is not a boyfriend. That is someone you went on a couple dates with.
Mm-hmm. And that particular one you find out is the one that set all the VIPs, right?
Yeah.
Because
she picked them, but she's like, no, there is a way that they're connected, but his kind of picked who I liked.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they're connected somehow so they can figure it out on there, but it's it's weird. There's a lot of characters in play, unlike, Rent-A-Girlfriend where there's like 3.
There's 4, 5.
4 or 5. Not really. Okay, first of all, so Chizuru.
Yeah, we are transitioning to
Rent-A-Girlfriend. That's my shitty segue. Chizuru obviously has feelings for Kazuya. And listen, there's some weird shit going on here. Granny's over there in her deathbed, like, I could die tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It's like, don't die. And it's like, I'm just kidding. It's like, listen, Grandma's a good actor. Chizuru's a good actor. She definitely got fucked over by industry. Listen, I'm not saying I'm big into the film industry, but I've definitely worked in the local industry enough to know that, like, it doesn't matter how good you are. It's pretty much just who people like, especially in bigger Hollywood. I mean, you could be good, but it's all about networking and like, okay, I know this person, they're a good actor. It's like, recommend, boom, done. Because Chizuru was trying real hard. She was using the money. So you find out she's getting all this Rent-A-Girlfriend money to pay for her grandma's medical bills and to pay for school and to help pay for acting. And she's using the Rent-A-Girlfriend as a job and experience acting. And she killed on the acting stage. Like, though, I thought it was kind of funny too. Like, oh, throwing stars is like, this is just like rice cakes. Everyone loved her, but it didn't matter at the end of the day. The other girl that had like 2 fucking lines got the deal.
Princess.
Yeah, because the big shot from their Hollywood is her uncle. So it's like, she didn't stand a chance. She's
like a friend of the uncle's. I don't think exactly the uncle.
But he was like a good close friend. Like he's known her since she was little. Mm-hmm. And then you find out like Chizuru's all sad. And then luckily Kazuya comes over. Kazuya is like, yo, I'll rent you this week, the next week, and the week after. I'll find a way to pay for it. And it literally puts in like 8 like requests. And she's crying, she's happy. It's like, oh, she's getting feelings. Mm-hmm. She wants a fucking a D.
Yeah, I do like the kind of duality of things where with a lot of these shows, we don't rewatch the season prior. I have a lot of general idea. I know, kind of
enough. They summarize enough for you.
Yeah, but, every so often there's like, Oh yeah, Ruka and Kazuya are technically like dating. So when he does the girlfriend request, he's like, "Can I go on more dates with her?" And it's like you've already like
He's already got like the perfect girl. She wants him because listen, that's such a sad
that's
story.
That's not what
like,
he wants.
Yeah, but the thing is, Ruka's story's so sad. Like I never really had a heartbeat because I have a fake heart, and it's like, oh
Yeah, but he doesn't give a shit about that. He's like truly in love with someone else.
I remember we looked that up, didn't we? Because that was one of our first shows we did on Cross.
Yeah, I believe so.
And we were like, man, fake heart. How long can you live on a fake heart? It's like there's people that have lived like 12 years on a fake heart, and they got a real heart. And it's like, oh, shit's fucking super doable, apparently.
We also do see Sumi in the background. And
Shikimori Nesugo's voice actor for sure. Outstanding performance of.
I mean, she's voiced by your favorite voice actress.
Megumi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Too bad she doesn't say anything.
Explosion! She literally sees Kazuya and is like...
Yeah, because she also goes to the theater to see the play.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she specifically went because she knew Chizuru was there.
I don't know.
So they of course, conveniently, she's just sitting
directly. But Grandma did point out something, how Chizuru, they point out something in her childhood. Like, she's always kind of been like,
teased.
She relies on Grandma a lot. She's not very outgoing, and she kind of puts on an act, which is kind of what she has now. She's still very alone, stays home. I still love Grandma. Chizuru's grandma and Kazuya's grandma. Best friends, but like Chizuru's like, I'm going to die twice. She's like, oh, make sure you take care of her because I could die tomorrow.
No, she's like, I'm going to die tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like
not even like I could. I will.
I will die tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. He reassures her, does the like, I love her. And then she's like, oh, I'm so happy that
He puts too much thought to it. Like, I can't lie to her. I love her. And it's like, that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay.
I can die tomorrow happy. And it's like, no. Stop it.
I guarantee what's going to bring them together is one of their grandmas are going to die. And that's going to be the whole, like, Pound Town moment.
Maybe.
Listen,
though we do know, like, something in the manga where it's like, oh, that's going to be weird. I can't wait for that to be animated.
Kazuya NTR
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, what the fuck, boy? Like,
this man just makes... He has good intentions, but
he's
continuously makes shit
like,
mistakes.
when he's laying in his bed, there was a trash can 2 feet away with just fucking tissues everywhere. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, take out your trash, like, or do it in the bathroom. Like, you got a toilet.
Use a sock.
Yeah.
Like, because it's got to be washed anyways. Might as well not waste tissues.
But it's Charmin Soft. It's extra puff. What is the fucking commercial with tissues that's extra soft for your nose? What the fuck is that? Oh, I've never seen that. It's like the never mind. You know what I mean on there.
Yeah.
It was just kind of weird. Also, the episode did end like she knocks on my door. Listen, he's just as crazy as Raido and Heron sound, like just immediately going way out there. Like Raido's like, oh, a Heron's dressed like a cafe. Maybe she's gonna open one. Nope, she's just making food. He's the same way. He's like, ooh, she knocked at my door. Maybe she wants to fuck. Yeah, I forgot my key. I can't find it. Can I stay here for the night? It's like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking? Like,
he does need to clean up.
This is cringe. This is the cringe that you wanted to say. He is cringe.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest. He is cringe. He is very cringe.
It's like, dude, you have no self-control at all.
Yeah, he is very cringe and borders on that line of, like, if she's out, he'd probably totally be willing to drill, like, a small peephole in the wall because, like, he's pretty
Dude is a
cringe.
stalker, though. Like, they're trying to play this off, oh, romantic, cute. It's like, nah, it's kind of stalkerish behavior. Like, this is something, like, that...
Look, he went to that theater to support his friend.
That he wants to bang, that he's rented out as a girlfriend multiple times and jerked off to thoughts of her.
I mean, what, you've never thought about jerking off to your friends?
No.
Oh. Why?
Name of the episode, Henry covers up.
Well, I never said guy friends.
You looked at me and you didn't say anything else. What you trying to say? I keep forgetting when the cats are in here because I keep seeing something moving. What the fuck just moved? And it's like, oh, Winry cuddling up to the Pokemon cards on there. Yeah, but the dynamic between them is almost as good as Engauge Kisses. This feels like it kind of feels like Black Bullet. Kind of that. Have you seen Black Bullet?
No.
It feels kind of like a similar thing. Also, does the shoe guy just kind of remind you of Naofumi?
Kind of.
He's like a lower budget now for me, in my opinion, on there.
Kind of. Yeah.
Here's the plot synopsis of
But he smokes, so he's cooler.
Yeah. Let me get the whole pack of things. God. Justice would be over there. Oh my God, he's vaping. I don't think I've ever. Oh no, I think they did in what's that red, green, blue? What's a Tokyo 24th Ward? Didn't one of them vape?
Yeah.
Was that one of their things on there? It's like, wow, cringe.
Well, whatever.
Cringe. No, the whole idea of like Engauge Kisses. Long story short, monsters attack the city. They're very good at keeping it under wraps.
Demons.
Demons attack the city and will pop up at random on there. And they keep it under wraps. And the whole point of this is they get a bid on who gets to protect the city. Mm-hmm. And it's like, there's a disaster going on. You're going to put bids in? Like, yo, we got him a bay. Who's going to be the lowest bidder? Everyone's like 120,000 like yen. And he's over here like 36,000 yen. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, $3,600.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, we're going to take 3,000 of that to provide security. So you get to live on like
$600 for
$600 for the rest of the
month. Fucking capitalism, man.
I mean, yeah.
This is literally the problem.
Rather than have a special forces team, it's like, we're going to subcontract this to people. And it's like, yo, regular guns don't work.
Wins.
Yeah. I did have a moment of like, man, it kind of also feels like, did you watch Outlaw Star?
I've seen
when he has like that gun with like the special rounds and stuff. I mean, it's just a small comparison. I mean, anybody can do it. But when he's like shooting the gun, he's like, no, I need to use a different one. Mm-hmm. And you find out that Kisara, pink hair girl, and Shu are now.
She's crazy, by the way. Just gonna preference totally under it.
Yeah,
like
she's 100% crazy on there.
Also, we do kind of know why at the very end of episode 1, where it's like
she's a S tier special demon,
like,
but she's on our side. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah, like we kill demons. This is the demon that helps us do it. It's like, okay.
How did Shu tame her? Because that'd be kind of a cool episode.
It's his massive cock.
Man.
It always comes down to massive cocks. That's why I can't win, man.
God. That's why Mikhail can't win. Mikhail?
Whatever. No, it's because he's cringe. I'll keep that up this episode. That man is cringe.
Is that what we're going to call this episode is cringe?
Maybe.
That might be a good title for it. This episode's cringe because, okay, no, before we get into it, first episode's very cool. I think it had a really good hype. I wouldn't say super high budget fight because there were some things that color-wise, but it was a good continuous fight. It was like 5 minutes of fight. So I'd kind of like to see this in Fight of the Year. Did Demon Slayer happen this year? Oh, never mind. It's not going to
win. Never mind.
Fucking... Listen, it'll be on there, but Demon Slayer is going to win. Oh, well, unless Bleach, like we said, Bleach might pull something out of its ass.
Yeah. The fights are cool.
The fights are good.
It's 2 episodes. I want to see a fight at like episode 11.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to pull out.
Because I guess to be fair, when we watched The Detective Is Already Dead, the first fight's like, whoa, this is cool. And then the rest of it's like, man, this is kind of rough. Minigun on a helicopter trying to shoot a stationary guy and can't hit him.
That's already losing gas and can stay in the air a real long time.
Yeah, it's like, oh, shit. No, but then you find out, so Shu used to work for Akino, which is Ayano's mom. And she always says, by mom, company president. And you can see that Ayano is in love, really like Shu. Also, another scene of like, this was an unnecessary ass, crotch, and chest shot. Shu's just standing there watching her work out. You're just seeing
she's
like,
on like an exercise
this is where the budget's going. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. Look, at some point, there is those moments where it's like, yo, sports bras are worn for a reason. So your boobs don't do that.
But she was wearing a sports bra.
Well, yeah, they added the unnecessary physics of like, oh, she's like kind of.
It's like granted, she must have a really old, worn out sports bra because it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also,
she's very irresponsible, by the way. Ayano. At one point, because there's a mayor attempted assassination. She's wearing a dress. She goes to run and almost trips on the dress. Smart thing, rip it. But instead of ripping the final thing, she fires 2 fucking shots.
Wow!
And it's like, just rip the rest.
No, it doesn't. That's not cool.
Yeah, I was like, why did you shoot it? That was weird.
I gotta say, first of all, guns are loud as fuck, and I see no ear pro. Listen, I can't bitch about every gun show, but it's like, man, that shit would be loud as fuck. But I think they're like specialty. I don't know. It was kind of cool. The gun designs were cool. It's basically the P90 load system, and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks like a giant pistol with P90 load system. I'm like, cool. You guys are shooting rounds like this fucking big. It's like, what the fuck? You got like 10 rounds in that fucking magazine?
Yeah.
Now, you do know that Ayano and Kisara really don't like each other because they're fighting and they're doing the thing like, I'm going to stab you, and then kills the thing behind it. It's like, is this supposed to be convenient, or are you guys actually trying to help each other? What the fuck is going on?
I do like the joke where Kisara finally starts attacking Shu, and that's when you get into some weird shit where it's like, we haven't done the ritual in like 3 months.
What's the ritual?
Yeah, you learn the reason why the show's called Engauge Kiss. She has to be kissed. Go fucking figure.
My kind of fucking show.
Also, they go like a slightly like extra step where it's like, oh, there's just a kiss, and it's like, oh, they're kissing a bit more. Oh, that's some like slobber that's like going away. It's like, that might be a little bit too much.
And she like triple powers up. The thing is, I was like, is she sucking out his life force? Like, nah, she's just hoarding.
No, I think she like kind of does a little bit, right? Because he like blacks out slightly and then wakes back up.
I love how she did right on his hand mid-fight and wake up. It's like, okay, this is what's going on.
Yeah, but slightly before that, when Kisara and Shu are fighting and Ayano gets back to her group, one of the dudes has the sniper. He's like, should I shoot him? And she's like, it wouldn't be helpful right now. It's like, fair enough. But like, this man's causing a lot of problems, and it's episode 1.
Listen, in episode 2, when
also, he's very poor. We should talk about that.
He's eating bean sprouts, and it's like, that's what you're going to have for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, when we're introduced to Kisara, she's at his place trying to be helpful. He has no electricity, thankfully running water. His phone
is turned off.
Yeah, and it's like,
I know it's paying for all that. She wants that dick. Oh, hang on. Can we? Okay, before
Kisara turned the electricity on, Ayano paid for the phone bill. This man's double tapping.
Yeah. Listen, can we talk one moment about the most important part of this entire show? How fucking fast that delivery is.
Yeah. To be fair, you paid $3,000. I would hope that item shows up. Like,
no, it's only 3,000.
No, it was $3,000. They didn't do the
yen.
They converted it.
Well, he doesn't need it anymore. The package isn't open. He can return it.
I would fucking hope so.
Dude, listen, he orders it. That was 10 seconds later, fucking van shows up, hits the monster they're fighting into a wall, and they're like, here's your package, sign here. And he's like, well, I don't really need it anymore. And they're like, I was like, dude, fucking, like, it's obviously an Amazon. It looked exactly how you would order from Amazon on there.
It was a
shit
good
was fucking
joke.
Wild.
It was a good joke. It was one of those, like, the moment the demon had gone down and you start to see the truck, I literally went, fucking hit him, please. And she like whips around and fucking smacks him into the wall. I was like, yeah.
She like 180 drifts to like get ready for the optimal delivery on there. Yeah. No, but the other thing in the show I found funny, because there isn't too much more about the show. First of all, Miles, cool dude. Mm-hmm. Super, like, you even see that, like, he protected Shu when his parents died, when all the photographers there. Mm-hmm. Miles, MVP.
Yeah. We haven't really mentioned that. Shu's parents were murdered by demons.
And the government covered it up. But then they give him a job, so he's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Miles, hidden MVP of the show, I think. I think at some point Miles is going to sacrifice himself to save Shu, which is going to be sad.
But he did give Shu cigarettes, and that's straight to hell.
It's a buddy needed something. I'm trying to listen. If your parents died, do whatever. No, the other hidden thing I really liked about the show was when they're at the train station. Kisara, she patched up her wounds. It's like, is Shu hurting you? It's like, yes, but it's not really his fault. It's like, let me speak to that man. Did he hurt your leg too? It just happens on there. And he makes me pay for stuff. It's like, he makes you pay for stuff and he hurts you. I bet he hurt you because you said you couldn't afford it. It's like, that's not how it goes on there. And then Mikhail's like, don't worry, sweetheart. I am here. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, and he's cool. He's pretty. He's rich. Yeah, everything a woman wants until you talk to him for 30 seconds.
Son of the mayor of the like second wife of the mayor or some weird shit like that. So yeah, he's like too much. He's too much.
They also do, for some reason, just highly specify, he's like Russian. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
It explains the blonde hair.
Yeah. But the whole thing of like, he's cool, he's pretty, he's rich, everyone loves him, high status. So you talk to him for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
All in all, I think the thing is, I hope this show doesn't become like Tokyo 24th Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Starts strong.
There are some parallels with it.
Yeah, because it's like, I think it's a 24th district.
Yeah, it's an artificial island that's been created. Yeah. And of course,
but it has a whole bunch of demons on it and stuff.
Yeah, instead of like catastrophes. So there are a little bit of kind of parallel stuff to it. No kissing was needed in 24th Ward. He just really wanted to kiss a dead girl. Also, we had a shoe in that one as well.
Oh, that's right. Oh, shit. We might get Tokyo 24th Ward. I mean, look.
I hope
you not. Got like green hair. You got blue hair. I mean, pink's a shade of red.
You're starting to stretch a little bit here.
But I mean, there's a mom and a dad that run a strange city and the government covers up stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't have they did have a black guy. And oh my God. That was the dad. This is how you make it.
Yeah. So far it's good. I hope it stays
good. We'll know in about 2 episodes if it stays good or not.
Yeah. I do hope they
knock on wood it stays.
Yeah. I do hope they don't play too heavily on like Shu being poor kind of thing and like
I think it always adds a little bit.
Yes, but
if you've
when
seen
that is like a kind of core plot device, because so far they've leaned really heavily into like, oh, I know the bean sprouts and part of his motivation of like, I'm gonna have to go be a subcontractor at the company that I used to work for. So that way I'm like can help make rent.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully things are good. Also, they do have cool technology. The man puts on some like VR glasses and like is fully in a new world.
VR bidding.
Yeah.
VR bidding. Oh, yeah, that's
where that
can we make our first VR bidding website? Like they have they have a camera and you sit in a room with other people and you're like, I want to bid.
Could.
Dude, that'd be cool. Imagine getting a proxy bid and like VR.
Like, everyone gets like the item that pops up and they can spin it in 3D.
Oh, sheesh. Trademark pending. Yeah.
All right.
Copyright.
We should probably end it here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you tuned